Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and as always, I'm glad you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts for 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, total pinfall determining our winner. Each bowler takes home a tangible souvenir. These are provided by the Ace Trophy Company of Boston. Each will take home some prize money. We have guaranteed prize money of $1,200. $700 of that goes to the winner. Half of that, $350, goes to the runner-up. $50 available to the winner of each string, and obviously if they tie a string, then they would split it at $25 apiece. We have other ways that our bowlers can make some more money, and most of you are familiar with those. However, I shall remind you as the program goes along. Right now, let's talk to today's bowlers, shall we? Well, 2 things, Bob Kelly. I know that when your wife Chris was on, and you were here to support her, you said, I'm going to be on, and you did it. But Don Riley has come up with a statistic, which I don't know whether you like or not, but to my knowledge, this is your 31st appearance, and I think you are the first and so far only one of our Candlepin bowlers who now has appeared in 5 decades of our program.
That means I've known you quite a while, Don.
It also means that I've been around for 5 decades of it, too. Right. Yeah, you were on in 1959, and of course the program started in 1958. And you're rolling right along, and you're still in the 120s, huh?
Yeah, still there.
All right. And you, young man, let's see, you had won 2 weeks ago that far from a 400 and qualifying yourself, well, maybe making sure you came back again.
Right.
And last week, well, a win is a win is a win.
That's right. That's all I'll say about that.
The point is that you are here, and I see a familiar face here next to you. I think you know each other pretty well and have competed against each other, so it should be a good... I know he has some respect for you, too. I know that.
Respect certainly is mutual.
All right. Okay, it should be a good one. We'll get underway right after this. Getting us underway, Bob Kelly. As you know, we have 2 Bob Kellys who are outstanding Candlepin bowlers. And you also know that from our conversation that this was the one who was on first. And he's looking it over. He has the 6 and 10 over on the right, the 7 over on the left, and 3 pieces of wood in between. He made it. Looked it over very carefully and utilized the wood. Went over and got the 6 and 10, and then got some sidewall action to have it come back and take the 7. The fill is 6. The pins remaining 1, 2, 4, and 10, with a piece of wood just to the left of the 4 pin, which he may be able to use with some sidewall action. Let's find out. Well, we won't find out because he missed the object pin, which was the head pin, obviously. It's a 9. Now Ed Czernicki. As most of you are aware, this is the young man who holds our all-time 32-and-a-half-year record for the highest single string, a 197. A split which leaves him a baby spread. He's got the 4-7 and 6-10 with wood at both sides. He made a great effort. Everything went down except the 7. Ed is married, father of 2, and has his own business. His high single, by the way, is not the 197 that he rolled on this program. He has a 200. He has a triple of 465. His current league average, 126. In winning his roll-off, he had a super score for 5 strings. That's what the roll-offs are, as you know, and the only person who comes on the program as a challenger is the one who wins the roll-off, and there may be, as you know, in a final roll-off as many as 60 bowlers, but only one will come on to represent his area. We rotate around the different areas. He has a spare. Bob Kelly won his roll-off with a 661. Bob's high single is 196. The 2-pin falls and leaves him 6 and 10, with all the wood clustered over to the left side, where the 2 and 4 and 7 would ordinarily be. But he has one that's basically out, maybe closer to the number 1. Is he going to use it? No, he didn't, and he held it too long and took only the 10. Bob's high triple is 7 pins better than Ed's, 472. His league average, however, is 6 pins less at 120. One, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10. Piece of wood just to the right of the 3. He still has 4, 7, 8, and 10. Wood is quiet, and he fires and gets 2 of the 4 pins over there. So it is an 8 box. Now Ed Czernicki. Remember, he has a spare. He'll have no wood to help. The fill is 6. He has 1 pin to the left, the 7. Over on the right, a triangle made up of the 6, 9, and 10. He takes out just the 10. His intention, obviously, was to hit the right side of the 6 pin and try to get them all. He leaves the 7, so it is a 9. A little bit full, right down the middle. Spread eagle. 2, 4, 7, 3, 6, 10. He goes right side. He takes that out. It's a 10. As you know, we pause after 4 boxes in the first string and in the middle string. And as we do that right now, we see that our defending champion, Ed Czernicki, is leading challenger Bob Kelly 45-43. Challenger Bob Kelly. He has a spare lead. The 6 and the 9. There's wood off to the left. And he'll be going right at 6-9. He has it. And his second spare. The fill is 5. He leaves diamond right plus the 10. The diamond obviously made up of the 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. He got the diamond, but the 10 is still there. The wood is stopped, and he fires at the 10 and doesn't get it. Now Ed Czernicki. Time called. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, has to get a piece of wood which has rolled this side of the deadwood line, which means it must be removed. Again, I remind you very quickly, those of you who perhaps are not familiar with it, that the deadwood line is exactly 2 feet toward the bowler in front of the standing pins. It is 2 feet from the middle of the number 1 pin. Anything behind it remains. Anything touching it or this side of it has to be cleared. It's a 9 for Ed Czernicki. He has the 4 horsemen left side with no wood. That was pretty. Down it went. Al Giglio keeping score as usual on the electronic scoreboard. Keith Williams is keeping score on the big board for the folks who are here in person. Bob Kelly gets everything down except the 6 pin. And he'll go right for that 6 pin. And he's all over it for the spare. I mentioned at the beginning when I was talking to Bob Kelly, Don Riley's name. He is our statistician and coordinator. Bill Rubin, of course, is our producer and our director. Bob Kelly gets himself how many? He gets 7 and leaves the 1-7-10. So 7 is the fill, and he'll be trying to make this with the use of a piece of wood that's just to the left, and it worked. No, it didn't. The 10 didn't go. For a moment, it looked as if he was going to have it, but he left the 10. Once again, it's a piece of wood. And it may be a roadblock. He may not be able to get at this 10. It was a roadblock. He was unable to get it. And that's one of the reasons, obviously, why we have to wait for the wood to settle down. Because when it does settle down, sometimes it can help and sometimes it hurts, like that. Now Ed Czernicki working on a spare, and he gets 9 and almost a strike. Two in a row. 3 marks in a row. Any combination of strikes and spares in the same string will establish a bonus of $50. Then each subsequent consecutive mark in the same string is worth $50 apiece as long as the bowler can keep it going. He sure did want that 4 pin to go down, but it didn't. So now he has 3-6 on the right, 4 on the left, no wood. That takes care of 3-6. No bonus there. 2 marks in a row. He's at 100 with 2 to go. Now Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly at 93 after 8. He has a spare lead. 6 and 10. There's wood off to the left, but he'll be going right at the 6 and 10. And he's got it for a spare in the 9th. bonus ball. He's not too happy with it. And no wonder. He gets just 4. He leaves the 4 horsemen right side plus in back of those 4, the 5 and 9. He still has 3 standing. Trying to get these for a 117 opening string. It will be a 116. He gets 9. Now Ed Czernicki at an even 100 at the moment, going into the final 2 frames. He has a triangle of 3 pins standing, but we know how tricky these can be. This is 3, 5, 6. He got it. For a moment it appeared he wasn't going to get it, but he got sidewall action. Oh, big one. Strike right on top of that spear. $130 plus, well, plus 5 and another ball to roll. If he gets all of these, it'll be worth an additional $50 in bonus money. Oh, just missed. He left the 6 pin. So a fine 139, and he picks up $50 in bonus money as the winner of the first string by a score of 139 to 116. Defending champion Ed Czernicki has led off this middle string with a pair of 9s for 18. Now let's see what challenger Bob Kelly can do. He held that a little too long, and as a result missed the head pin and has left 4 horsemen left side, and in the back he has the 5 pin, so he has wood in between the 1 and the 5, also between the 4 and the 7. And it goes for a spare. The fill is 8. He's left with the 5 and the 7. One piece of wood over to the right, which is halfway in the gutter. Another is in front of, but not up against, the 7 pin. Didn't quite get, he did get the 5 pin and kicked it to the right sidewall, but then it went into the pit. Now he takes out the 7 pin for a 10. We mentioned when he cleared some deadwood that our log line judge and referee is, as always, Ralph Stewart. Ed Czernicki on the line. Our crew today is Bob Oliver, George Manning, Chris O'Hare, and John Rosenfeld. Yes, just like that. Big 9, everything down except the king, the 5 pin. Wood right in front of it. Good setup. Yes, sir, mark it. Bob Kelly. 7-pin alone over on the left. On the right, it's 6, 9, and 10 with one piece across the 6 and 9 and another one perpendicular to the red line on that, pointing right at Bob. He got that right side, pin rolling over, didn't knock it down. It touched it gently, too gently. Obviously, when I describe in detail, as I'm doing, for anyone who may not be familiar why I do it when you are watching television, it's because we have so many of our viewers who are either totally blind or legally blind and who appreciate the fact that I allow them to participate by giving them the picture, and then they can listen and visualize it in their mind and get the reaction. Bob Kelly leaves 2. They are stacked. It's the 2 and 8. And, oh, they are so easy to take out as a half Worcester when you're working on a spare and you get just 2. But when they're alone, not easy. And that's why. He got the 2-pin, but the 8 is still there. A 10. And as we check the scoreboard, with a bonus ball still to be thrown by Ed Czernicki, the score right now, after 4 boxes in the middle string, is Bob Kelly 48 and Ed Czernicki. Our defending champion, Ed Czernicki, has 2 marks in a row. If he gets another, it's $50 in bonus money and perhaps the start of a streak of bonus money. Let's see. 7 is the fill, and he has no wood to help. He's working on 2, 4, and 6. Not easy. Can he do it? No. What he was trying to do, obviously, was to just shave the left side of the 2-pin so it would kick over and get the 6 because they're very close. Obviously not on a totally parallel plane, but very close. Now he gets the 2 and leaves the 6-pin for a 9. So twice now he has put 2 marks together, but didn't get the elusive 3rd. Now they tumble. He was putting his hands out as much as to say, stop right there for the piece of wood, because he thought he was going to have to work on the 3-6 on the right. But they have tumbled, and now he has just the 7. And he was all over that. Bob Kelly. Too full on the head pin. Almost a spread eagle. He did leave the 8-pin, but punched out 1, 5, and 9. That takes care of the right side, and he slid one piece, the 3-pin, over, so it is now right in back of, well, actually, it's right in back of the 2-pin. So it's a 7 box as he leaves the 2, the 7, and the 8. Now he has a spare lead. Bob's first appearance on our program was, as we commented at the beginning of the program, in 1959, on the 7th of November. And he was an unsuccessful challenger at that time to Tony Baldinelli. He makes the spare. Ed Czernicki's first appearance on our program was in August of 1971. Single pin to pick up with wood. This is the 6 for a spare. Yes. So 2 in a row again for Ed Czernicki. Ed doesn't look old enough, does he, to have been on almost 20 years ago. He'll like that. He'll like that when he's listening. Yes, he got it. 3 marks in a row, $50 in bonus money, and it is alive for more. Now, Bob Kelly looking at 4, 7, 8, and 10. Can he do something with it? Nope. He got 2. Now Bob will try to use that wood in order to see if he can get these parallel pins. No, he spun the wood but didn't get them, so it is an 8. After that appearance in 59, which was unsuccessful, Bob came on again in 1961, and he was on for 3 weeks that time with 2 successive wins. But when he came back in 62 and 63, that's when he had a good time. He had a good long streak. Came on the last Saturday of 1962 in December 29th. Oh, no, unbelievable. 6-pin had wood on both sides of it, and it didn't go down. It was hit, but the wood in back of it held it up. So he has to settle for a 10. All right, Ed Czernicki has 3 marks in a row, which means now that each successive mark, now that he has established the bonus of 3, is worth $50 apiece. Let's see if he can keep it going. Oh, he has a great chance. He almost had a hammer. He just missed. Left the 4-pin. For $50. Oh! What a surprise that was. Probably a bigger surprise to him than it was to us. Now he has it. Three pins standing. 2, 4, and 6. Two full on the 2 pins. It is a 9. A 137 middle string to go with a 139 opening. I guess you'd have to call that consistency. Bob Kelly is looking at 2, 4, 7 on the left with wood behind it, and the 6-pin alone over on the right. Unfortunately, did not get the 2-pin. That time when I told you he came on the 29th of December in 1962, he was on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks before he lost to Eno McLean. And some of the names of the guys he beat, you who have been watching for a long time will remember: Roland Blondin, Art Duff, Walter Finn, Joe Bucko. Where have you been, guys? Bob's still here. Two, 4, 6. Missed the object pin, which was the 2-pin. It's a 9 for a 108. And another $50 goes to Ed Czernicki as he also wins the second string, and his total right now after 2 is 276 to 224. Bob Kelly, our challenger, leading off in the third string. Little too full. Right now he's saying to himself, boy, what a mess. Across the back, the 7, the 9, and the 10. The object pin is the 2. He's got a piece of wood near the 10, a piece of wood in back of the 2-pin. And that's the only one that went. "31st appearance on our program for this man." And you know, those of you who have been watching for a long time, this is not an invitational. You have to earn your way on. You have to win a roll-off. Against some fine Candlepin bowling. All right, here's a spare leave. 6 and 10. Spare. And the hand for Ralph Stewart. Ed Czernicki. Single pin to pick up. It's the 2 for a spare. Spare it is. Seven. No wood to help. He'll be working on 2, 4, and 6. Not easy. He just missed a 400 2 weeks ago, rolling a 397 and defeating Mike Sargent, who rolled a 364. Those of you who cannot see could probably hear the ball roll down and get nothing. And he just made the 3 pins, which would have been nice for a spare, because it wasn't an easy one to make, that combination. Bob Kelly working on a spare. Here's the fill. The fill is 8. The 2 pins standing are the 9 and 10. He has wood, which is kind of to the right and just barely in the gutter, to the right of number 10. Can he make it go? Nope. He tried. Obviously, what he wanted to do was to hit that piece of wood, let the ball go in the gutter, and have the wood take out both 10 and then 9. To 10. Bob used to own a bowling lane at one time. Now he is a designer. Ed Czernicki. A single pin to pick up for a spare. And he has it. Gave a little fist pump after getting that one down, no doubt thinking about a single that he missed, which could have been worth $50 earlier. Six was the fill. He gets 3 of the 4 that were standing. Now he has them all. Bob Kelly working on a strike. Next week's challenger will be a former champion and one who has appeared in our championship show, our True Value Championship show, Gary Carrington. All right, first ball gets him 6, but doesn't leave him any wood to help as he's looking at 2, 4, 7, and 6. Pretty shot to get the 3 on the left, but the 6 is still there. You have to be, without wood, you have to be precise in order to get that. Ten. Diamond, right side. All right, now, if you'll recall, once before he had diamond right plus the 10. He got the diamond and left the 10. Now he has the diamond right alone. Let's see if he can get it. It's not an easy shot. We're all aware of that. He made it. Ed Czernicki has no wood, and he is looking at the same spare lead that he missed a couple of boxes ago, and he came back and made it for a 10. This time, he gets just the 2 and leaves the 4 and 6. It's a 9. 62 after 5. He wants a 124 or better for an extra bonus that we give for somebody rolling a 400 series. One, 3, 6, 9, 4, 7, and he still has 1, 4, 7, and 9. It's an 8. 70. Bob Kelly working on a spare. He does not leave any, well, let's see, I was going to say any usable wood. It appeared that the one piece of wood was going to roll off, but now he has decided to tease. He made it! Nice shot. 2 in a row. You must wait for the rolling wood because when it settles down, sometimes it can be in a position where it helps, and sometimes it's in a position where it acts as a roadblock. He leaves diamond left, which means that he has a fill of 6. Okay, let's see what he can do with the the diamond left side. Nope, he makes the diamond on the right side, and that very well may be a part of the left-hander's delivery coming cross lane that allows him to do it. It's a 9. Ed Czernicki hoping for a 124 or better. Right now at 70 with 4 boxes to go. Got a break. Everything down except the kingpin. There it is, number 5. All right, I think he can get by it. Let's see. Nope. Yes! Yes, yes! It was something hit it from behind and knocked it down. Piece of wood just nicked it. All right, 7 is the fill, but not what you'd call a spare lead. 4 and 6 are side by side. He also has the 7 pin. 4 to one side, 6 to the other. The 5 is out of there. Let's see what he'll do. There is a piece of wood which is just to the left of the 6 pin. And he's going to try to use it. He tried to get sidewall action for either the ball or a piece of wood that didn't work. A 10. That puts him at 97. So he still has to mark if he's going to get his 124 or better. Now, Bob Kelly. Our challenger has a strike in the 9th box of the 3rd string. Baby, wouldn't that have been nice if that had come down and then he'd have 2 strikes in a row, and as you know, for 3 strikes in a row, an additional bonus of $1,000. Single pin. He's got it. So he has doubled up. A fine 3rd string. $137 plus how much? Plus 9. $146. A fine finishing string of 146. But the middle one hurt. Ed Czernicki needs a mark apiece to get 400. 4, 7, 6, 10. Wood alongside the 4, 7 and alongside the 6, 10. He chooses to go for 4, 7. Gets it, but Biff did not move over to get the 2 on the right. A 10. Now he's at 107, and as I said, he needs a mark, obviously, to get, not to win, but just to get his 400. Apparently will not happen. I won't say that it definitely won't, but it'll be, it doesn't have much to help, and he's looking at 3, 6, 10, 4, 7. And he got the right side. And another 10 for a 117. So once again, he's in the 390s, but missed what he wanted, of course, which was his 400. The final was defending champion Ed Czernicki, 393 to Bob Kelly's 370. $300 we want to give away. $763 is the total, both bowlers combined. And as you know, we'll give you 10 either side. If you're within that range, then you will win the $300. But even if you're nowhere near that, when I draw your card, maybe, then you will be rewarded with a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. All right, let's find out now whether we do have a winner or not. Give it a big spin here. 763 is the magic number, 10 either side of it. For $300. And this one comes from, I believe that is, it's somewhere in Rhode Island, all right? And it's Church Street, number 13. You will know your name, I'm sure. And maybe we'll be able to figure out, the last part of it is Ville, but I can't tell whether it's Davisville, Manville, whatever it is. Anyway, but the person is Laurette Rainville, and her guess is, and that's why I'm being so careful, 765. Yeah, it's a winner. It's a winner. Okay, Edward, 3 pins to knock down. For how much today? $225. Okay, Robert. Is it rolling over? No. Well, Bobby, you know something? You're tough, I'll tell you, because I keep looking at the numbers of times you keep qualifying, you keep coming back, you roll good scores, you're up in the 390s, 370 and so forth, but you just haven't made it for a while. I mean, all
I
the
haven't
way.
won for quite a while, Don. Today is one of them days the odd pin wasn't going. I've hit them 20 years.
Well, we have, anyway, $400 for you, $350 plus $50 in bonus money, and I fully expect to see you back again next year.
I hope to be.
All right. Okay. And Edward, another trophy from the Ace Trophy Company, and you get all the money today, $700 plus $150 in bonus money. You, of course, are number 5 right now for, but I know you want to boost it up there. Well, maybe you'll be inspired by the guy who challenges you next week, because he's been there before, and sometimes when you get 2 guys going like that, it gets a little bit better. Gary Carrington against Ed Czernicki next week. Should be a great one. Don Gillis for the whole crew. We'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody.